What's up, people, and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu, Chapter 6. Back to the Hawkins mansion. Pierce woke up in an asylum installed in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. He met Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him to escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigns supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders before dying in full view of the detective. He accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torment. Pierce finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions of misfortune decide to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout, which makes no sense because old dude was supposed to be dead. The hell? What is that? Ah!
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
No, we're not doing that. Wait, how do I... Oh, wait, I'm trying to use the mouse again. Let me, switch back. There we go.
Fine. Do what you want.
I wonder if I can...
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Damn it.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Blech.
Did I sleep long?
The day's only starting. It's fine.
Alright, so... Oh, I need to talk to this guy.
Fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
How are you alive?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
No. I don't know if I wanna... Why can't I do that? I don't know which one to choose here. I obviously can't pick that for whatever reason. And how can I not pick that? I'm like level 4.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
As a squid
I don't
man.
understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
No, you wouldn't.
Why
You
did
died.
he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
The fact that you should be dead. Oh, wait.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
the rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
In a body bag.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Let's try this one.
You two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island. Everyone knows everyone. Especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
I do seem a little bit stupid, don't I? Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
I was trying to cover up the mic so I
Was
wouldn't
that-
cough into it.
Dr. Fuller. And a nurse. Blood. Everywhere.
Squid lady.
My legs. The pain. I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something.
Squid ink.
I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What
Surgery.
happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
Liar.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla.
I see
He
a
founded the
pattern here.
hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He
Emperor.
wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Yes.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes, I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan, and I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Obviously, I need to tell you the truth. Maybe. Yep, let's deal with
I
that.
didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here?
Obviously.
This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
It's in the book.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
Hell no.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
Yeah.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
She's the one that put him in there.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Okay. So now I can talk to both of them individually.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Where does this go? Okay, so that leaves. I wonder if I can go back through that other room now. Oh, well, that just... Chapter 6, Sanders' Residence. Pierce, Coulter, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the Shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. You mean that killed him? Obviously. Considering it lifted him up and snapped him like a Slim Jim.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders?
Die!
I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Uh-oh.
Well, well. Look who's here.
Jerk face.
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave
did?
detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
Me.
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
That's a horrible painting.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
When I was committed.
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about.
That's all he
Sarah
talked about?
Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You,
Oh.
on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
I'm going with the truth.
He started raving, screaming that a dimensional Shambler had found him.
Mercy, that story again. Why have him interned?
That was when he began to convulse and twist with pain. Or terror, it's hard to tell.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not really sure of what I saw, or what I didn't see. But it's best that you weren't there.
I should have been there. What you're telling me is outrageous. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
I'm gonna go with this.
With all due respect, Mrs. Sanders, it was you who sent him to this asylum, not me.
How dare you? What was I supposed to do, detective? Upon seeing such a brilliant mind disintegrate in this way, waking with a start every night with him shrieking in horror, petrified before this accursed painting, unable to look away, until he managed to gouge his eyes out with his own hands.
That's a prudent
I
move.
should have listened to Dr. Fuller, let him intern him months ago. If I am to be condemned, it is because I did not act sooner.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Can I talk to her again? No. Oh, but I can't snoop through her shit.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
To enter reconstruction.
Frances Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists. A house of artists.
Okay, so I can't do anything with that? That's dumb.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Probably because the thing would,
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
Yep.
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
What else is around here? Excuse me. Ah! Oh! Oh, Jesus.
The Shambler. I need to see
He
it.
went full on Event Horizon.
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his interment, you signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. Man. What an asshole. Wait, what?
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Art and Mysticism, Forgotten Objects is a collection written by Francis Sanders. In it, he catalogs and categorizes objects from all ages and origins that are linked to occult or mystical practices. It is open at the page of a dagger that bears a symbol that is not unknown to me. Hey, that's the dagger, looks like the dagger that I picked up in the whatever that was, the underground vault. What's this? Medicine. What is that? Some sort of weird sphinx thing. Can I go in here? Nope. Can I go in here? Nope. Oh, now I'm on the other side of this, I thought for sure that said Gaspard Standard Pornograph. I was like, wait, what? It's phonograph.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Audio recording that Francis Sanders left with his wife Irene. Okay, let's see what it is.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
Francis, I should never let them take you away. What have I done? Everything is my fault.
I'm inclined to agree, but that's just my personal opinion here. That's weird. Where's this stupid painting? What's this? Oh, okay. Hey, medicine progression. Oh, well, I don't want to talk to her.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
That's short for American Indian. The whale and the cod. I keep picking up these books. What am I supposed to do with these
I
things?
could use one of those. Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting.
Dear Francis, I beg you to
finally
give up
give it
all
away
hope of
for
ever
nothing.
owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. Dear friend, Sarah Hawkins. What's this? Some sort of weird book. What's this? Would you read the book? Read the book. Whoa! It is a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Yeah, I'm gonna read the book. What is it? Weird. What's in the box? Key to the gallery. Okay.
An old diary.
Diary of the Pastor's Wife, Volume 3. Sounds ominous. This volume spends some time on Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She's scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. Alright. Not sure what I'm going to do with that, but that's cool. Oh, that's where that sheet of paper was. Okay, so I read the forbidden book.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Stop showing up
Some
where I
can
gotta
be
go.
more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I'm just gonna tell the truth.
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
I found this drawing of a dagger. Did you come across anything like it in your reading?
Perhaps. I saw several daggers in the ledgers. I could always check. What I didn't find, however, was the slightest reason why I should help you, Detective.
I don't need your services. I can manage all on my own, thanks.
Do it then.
As long as she doesn't remember that I owe her, that's
Not
fine.
now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Okay. Open the door. Oh, okay. There's some weird shit in here. What is that? It's a fish man. It's Tom Kench from League of Legends. I don't know what that is. More weird stuff. Okay. What whatever this thing is. It looks like a sphinx that decided it wanted its own mask. Why? What? What is this? It's a guy giving me money. I don't know what that is. What else we got? Got some more weird things. Got a weird mask.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Got oh, that's that same statue thing. How come I can't investigate that? That's important.
The public entrance to the gallery.
Oh, okay. So
The
there's
man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
whatever that is. It's Cupid strangling a goose. Goose. It's a dog. No, it's a bear tackling a seal. What else we got in here? That's the painting. I don't want to examine that yet. Alright, got some more lamp oil. Again with Cupid strangling a goose. That's Beethoven. That's it's interesting, whatever that is. That's a skeleton, a sphinx with a crazy mouth. That's another bear. That's that guy from Hellraiser. That's a lion that's got tentacles. Weird tablet thingy. Another weird tablet thingy.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
What's all the I can't grab it? Okay, I can hide. That's a weird painting. That's also a weird painting. What? I don't even know what that is.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Alright, well, I guess I gotta do this. See what happens. Oh shit. What the shit?
What the hell was that?
More importantly, what the hell do I do? Beware of the light! I have a light! I have a light! No! Damn it! Alright, we're gonna skip this. We've already watched it. Alright. So...
What the hell was that?
it's obviously over there. My question is, what do I do? What? Oh, you stay over there. I said stay over there.
Damn. Did it hit? Maybe I can use this dagger.
Oh, what? Ah, that sucks.
What the hell was that?
I need the right dagger. I've got 7. Spot hidden. Yes. Clues. It has to... well, I don't even know that he has that dagger. Okay, so my question is...
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
how? That doesn't look right. That kind of looks right. It's got to be that one.
This dagger looks different.
So what do I do? Like, oh, maybe I need to stab the painting. Aha! Yes! Stab him again! Nice! Figured it out. Uh-oh.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
The creature. This dagger was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this Shambler, she might have made contact with Drake. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
Yeah, good luck with that. Alright, so that's chapter 6, and the crappy boss battle that involves finding a dagger and stabbing a painting. So, yeah. On to chapter 7.